Been fun. Are you leaving with, I guess, mixed feelings, huh?
Well, yes, it's bound to be mixed feelings. I don't think I'm going to miss it, but then one never knows until you really, when you wake up in the morning and you know that it no longer exists. It's something that's going to be quite a mystery. It'll be interesting to find out how it's going to work.
We're going to talk more with Bob, but the Bozo Show has truly become a legend in its own time. Denise Cannon turns the clock back now with a look at some of the old shows and their characters, the people behind the scenes, and the kids who grew up with the most famous clown in the world.
Bozo Circus is on the air.
The Bozo Show is truly the most successful children's program in the history of Chicago television. And since the show first aired 23 years ago, one man, Bob Bell, has been the man behind the makeup.
An audience is an untouchable thing. Except for the audience that's in the studio, then we're very well aware of the pleasure you're bringing to people, because you can see the reactions on their faces. But there are hundreds of thousands and millions of people that have watched us that apparently get the same reaction, even just from watching a television set.
Bob Bell, as Bozo, has become part of Chicago's history, an upbeat chapter that spans 3 generations. From a spectacular Christmas special at Medina Temple for thousands of handicapped children, to the performance before a standing room-only crowd at Soldier Field. From the occasional appearances in local parades, to the opening day spectacular Bozo and Company put on at Chicago Fest. Always at the receiving end of these appearances, the kids.
I like Bozo because of his hair. I like his shoes because he makes everything funny.
Give me that plate. My lunch is on there.
From those who worked with Bob, or Bozo, over the years, both on camera and behind the scenes, fond memories and sad farewells.
Every day. Yeah, every day. 5 days a week at least. I saw this man put on that makeup, and I saw him go from Bob Bell, the citizen, the man about town, the husband, the father, to Bozo. There is no way in the world I would have put all that stuff on every single day for 23 years. You couldn't get me to do it. And then take it off again? I wouldn't do it.
He had a great affection for the kids in the audience. He really wanted to be entertained. I mean, he never wanted that show to be at a lull.
The one thing that I really admire about the Bozo, Bob Bell himself, is everybody has a good or a bad day. He walks in that door, you know, he can be feeling not too good. But when that show starts, he's Bozo.
The programs, recorded by Bob Bell, will play back through Friday, September 7th. The Bozo Show will continue the following Monday, but there will be a new man behind the makeup.
Well, we're not going to replace Bob. We'll find somebody else to play Bozo, but it won't be Bob.
Papa! Papa! What? Someone's been sleeping in my bed.
Well, don't look at me.
He's funny. He's funny. He's funny.
Denise Cannon, WGN News.
I was not in the studio today for your last 2 tapings, but it was on closed circuit here in the station. I guess just about everybody was watching, Bob. And you did an old sketch that I gather it's old, and you tell me it is. And listen, I sat in my office today, and I laughed and I laughed and I laughed and laughed. You know, you don't see sketches like that on television anymore.
Well, the thing of it is that we don't have time. There's not time to do 2 shows a day and have a very dignified and detailed script. So we have an idea that we're going with. Yeah. And when the camera turns on, it's ad lib from that point on. And what happens is anybody's guess. And so each time we do it, although we've been doing that same sketch for years, every one of them is different because we just never say the same thing, never do the same things, and then it comes out all right.
Have you forgotten now? Have you turned your back on show business as such?
I don't, I'm not I'm not educated in the theater. I've never had any practical experience or education other than just being a clown and doing other bits and pieces over the years, but nothing. I've had no formal education, so I think I'll just quit it while you're ahead, so to speak.
You know, it seemed to me today that you worked so well. I was surprised to find out that during the taping, during the breaks, you all carry on this banter, and it's all ad-libbing, it all works well, and it's fun.
Yeah, it's, well, I always hate dead air. It scares me to death. So no matter if there's nothing going on, I'll say something, talk about something, do something, just to keep it going.
You know, I've known Bob Bell for 30 years. We worked together at WFBM TV in Indianapolis, and
That's
I think
right.
that a lot of people don't know about Bob. Bob is a superb announcer and a superb newscaster. He did a newscast in Indianapolis, a very extremely popular newscast for 3.5 years, sponsored by the Standard Food Stores. Remember that newscast,
right.
Bob?
Yeah.
Could you have gone on a different direction than the one you did? You could have become a newscaster. You could have become many things in this
No,
business.
I think water seeks its own level. I think that I've found myself in a segment of this industry that best suited me, and I think everybody else does too. You may do a lot of different things, dozens of different things, of course, from small stations when you used to sweep out, write the commercial copy, do the record library, announcing, and program directing. You were everything. But eventually, you sort it all out, and somehow or other, you wind up doing what you do best.
Bob, Bose, we're going to miss you around here, and I know the audience is.
I'll not lose track of you guys, because wherever I am, we can certainly watch Channel 9 anywhere in the country, and I'll be tuned in.
Okay, and you'll be in our thoughts. And a reminder, WGN-TV will present a half-hour special on Bob's colorful 23 years as Bozo, the man behind the makeup. And that's this Sunday at 6 o'clock with Denise Cannon hosting. That's going to be right here on Channel 9. And that's the local